Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Wealthy Mindset. It's yours truly, Money Making Mitch. And as usual guys, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and research. Please forgive the lighting in here guys. I'm doing this on one of my jobs on my lunch break. What do I have for you guys today? Well, let's start with this. NIO was last trading at $7.56, down 37 cents down. This was yesterday. I grabbed up some shares again, and the 52-week low was $7 and the 52-week high is $16.18. So what do I have for you guys? Well, what I have for you guys will be very interesting indeed. What I believe is happening is Wall Street sees where NIO is going, and they're pumping up Li Auto right now. I don't know if you all noticed that. So when they pull the rug out from under Li Auto, all the people who bought at the high end, because I do believe Li Auto is not going to be one of the companies surviving. That's my opinion. Anyway, I want you all to listen very carefully to this. Remember I said that the Chinese government, since last year, has been encouraging partnerships and mergers in their EV industry. And one of the reasons for that is because of the Western rhetoric and beating them down, these companies merge and pool their resources, just like Hyundai and Kia did at one point. They will not only be able to survive, but become dominant. And here's another classic example, just some food for thought. There's two things I'm going to touch on today that I think you guys will find very interesting. One, Deep Route to fit its autonomous driving solution that doesn't rely on HD maps into consumer cars in 2024. That's a huge deal, guys. Deep Route and Tencent have partnered in the mapping space to create smart driving cars that don't come with HD maps. A car integrated with Deep Route Driver 3.0 and Tencent SD Map drives in Shanghai. Deep Route and Alibaba-backed Chinese autonomous driving company will start fitting its autonomous driving solution that doesn't rely on high-definition maps into consumer cars this year, promising to accelerate the penetration of smart driving features in China. You guys might be saying, well, Mitch, what does this have to do with NIO? Okay, hold on. Deep Route announced a partnership with Tencent in the mapping space on January 9 to create smart driving cars that don't carry HD maps. The joint solution will be integrated into consumer vehicles that will debut in 2024, covering sedans, SUVs, and MPVs, multi-purpose vehicles, marking the first commercial implementation of Deep Route Driver 3.0 and Tencent standard definition maps, according to a press release. Deep Route was founded in February 2019, April 2021 became the first company to be permitted to conduct robotaxi man testing in Shenzhen. Now this is the yummy part. On September 14, 2021, Deep Route announced the completion of a $300 million Series B round led by none other than Alibaba. So I don't know if you guys start connecting the dots just yet. Making it the first such company the e-commerce giant has invested in China. I'm not going to go into the whole article, guys, but what I'm getting at is this. Alibaba invested $1 billion into NIO. And this is why I keep saying to you guys that I see mergers coming in the future, not just partnerships, to become monster corporations. So also, I wanted to touch on this. Remember I said to you guys that with King William Lee driving that ET7 is going to bring recognition to our brand, even though January and February are slow months in China due to the holidays, etc., etc. Traditionally, that's a known fact. And we're going to see an uptick in our sales due to that, due to the NIO Day being broadcast live on Tencent News as well as on Weibo. That's their Facebook, one of their Facebook. And guess what's happening now? China EV registration for the week ending January 7th. NIO 3,000. Xpeng 1,400. What's that, Mitch? Did we hear that right? You heard that right. Li Auto 4,300. What happened to the big numbers? Tesla 3,200 and NIO 3,000. Okay. Insurance registration for major EV makers in China fell significantly last week with the beginning of the year and the start of the month, typically being a delivery low point. So this is to be expected, right? Insurance registration for major electric vehicle EV makers in China fell significantly last week with the beginning of the year and the start of the month typically being a delivery low. So this was expected. Every year this happens. For the week of January 1 to 7, Li Auto sold 4,300 units, the second highest number among the new car makers, the company said today on Weibo. As before, Li Auto didn't explain the basis for calculating the weekly sales. Li Auto insurance registration last week were down 69.5% from the previous week of 14,100 units. Then we talk about NIO. The NIO was at 3,000 units last week, down 47.37% from 5,700. But when you compare our deliveries compared to Xpeng, Xpeng was 1,400 units last week. Now, why am I saying Li Auto will not be one of the ones to survive? And this is my opinion, guys, is because Wall Street right now, like I say, is pumping them up. Oh, they're great. They're the better buy. Knowing fully well that the Chinese government supports battery as a service and is giving the tax incentives for that for when you buy it. And so let me say this. Xpeng delivered 20,115 vehicles in December in its third consecutive month over the 20,000 unit mark, according to data. Tesla saw 3,200 insurance registration in China last week, down 79.75% from 15,800 the week before. Would you say that's a huge drop? Now, let me get back to saying this, guys, and I'm not going to go through the whole article. You guys can find this on CNEV Post. The Chinese government supports battery swapping. As we know, they just passed the law saying that they will continue to give tax breaks for consumers buying vehicles that is battery swappable. Does Li Auto have this? No. Li Auto is now trying to rush into the EV segment, pure EV segment, because they see what NIO is doing with the battery swap stations, again, in areas in all these cities where people don't have access to charging. And this is one of the main reasons why they buy hybrid. But with the partnerships that already signed up to help us build out Chang'an and Geely, and with the other ones, the one that just signed and we didn't reveal yet, which I believe William Li will wait until there's another big signing and reveal both together to kill the shorts. I truly believe that Li Auto will be left in the dark. They will truly be left in the dark, guys. Also, someone said this. I want to give a shout out again to Mira Sahev. I saw a comment under another YouTuber's video that Goldman Sachs owns shares of Li Auto. This is very amazing to listen to this, guys. And have initiated an option trade betting on NIO to go down. Remember when they was doing this with AMC and the guy on Reddit came out, a popular guy, and said, let's buy it and pump it up. And then Robinhood was stopping people from buying it, which was illegal. And nothing was never done to Robinhood till this day. And people want to talk about China. Anyway, I did some research and found out that Goldman Sachs have a larger position in Li Auto, about 125 million USD, and a small symmetric hedging for the stock to go in either direction. Goldman Sachs has an average stock price of Li Auto shares at $35.65 USD. However, for NIO, they also have a relatively smaller position, total of 85 million USD. But an asymmetric hedging for the stock to go down about 3 times more than the call options. Goldman Sachs has an average stock price on NEO of about $9. I did the same research today after this video for Morgan Stanley. They own Li Auto stock for a total of $125 million US and NEO stock for $168 million US. Currently, they are hedging positions that appear in my sources of information. Guess what are their average prices? $36.65 US for Li Auto and $9 USD for NEO. Now you wonder why they're coming out with the type of reports. Unbelievable. I thought, how is this possible? Someone wrote below that nowadays they are using programs, so I suppose they are using the same one. Another guy said, Dave 9479, this is my business partner on Growth Stocks 22 on TikTok. He said, I wonder why Chinese people prefer to buy Tesla cars in China. Tesla body panels have gaps. Tesla interior is boring. Tesla interior quality materials are basic. Tesla seats are not comfortable as NEO. Tesla had multiple cases of sudden acceleration. Tesla autopilot is overrated. Dozens of people have died around the world because of Tesla advertising the autopilot capability. Tesla battery catching fire. NEO don't have any of those problems. Perhaps Tesla is higher in sales because of Model 3 with a lower price point. But why buy a Model Y, Model X, Model S if NEO has ET7, ES6, ES7, ES8, ET5? These models are comparable pricing with Tesla. I sat on a Model X and the view is awful. The interior is crappy. For a car of that price, it feels cheap. And so another one of my subscribers, I want to give a shout out, Will Smith, said there must be great potential revenue through insurance. And I didn't even think about that. Which should be much less for cost for the public than competitors because of swappable batteries. Game over. Game over. Game over. So I want to thank these guys. I gave a shout out to you guys. And I also want to say this again to remind you guys of something. What do you think is happening with the Model 3 sales now that Geely put out that $21,000 sedan? But what do you guys think will happen when we come out with that SUV that the Chinese love at a $28,000 price point? With the battery as a service, so you get it cheaper. With the tax break, so you get it cheaper. My God, man. This is not FUD. This is not spreading fear. This is just basic common sense and critical thinking. So, my Neo Lions and Lionesses, I have something different for you guys in this video. If you agree with what I had to say in this video, in the comments, I want you to put, instead of 3 M's, Money Making Mitch, I want you to put MM and your initial of your first name or your last name. Or you can put your whole first name or your whole last name. Because you are also money making. And we're getting ready to dominate the landscape. Again, I say this. We're going to be a behemoth. And I'm the first YouTuber to use that word. And I'm the first YouTuber and the only YouTuber to still say we're going to dominate the landscape. Because I will not come out here and tell you guys, oh my God. And put thumbnails like this. Oh my God. This is going to hurt us. I am looking at the long term, ladies and gentlemen. So if this video did this for you guys, please put MM and your first name, last name, or just your initial. And don't forget to share this on social media, guys. This is our channel. If you haven't yet subscribed, you might want to think about doing so, because in this channel, we get rich or we die trying, guys.